Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Dio here. Today we're going to be unboxing the first and second series of Inosoul, Lucid Dreams and In the Still Room. So Inosoul is one of the newer IPs of Pop Mart. Lucid Dreams is the first series that came out. It kind of never got restocked. It was just kind of almost forgotten. And then recently, the second series came out, surprisingly, In the Still Room. And that kind of rekindled IP for Inosoul. So Inosoul is taken from the words in our soul. So in our soul, Inosoul. And features a boy named Inosoul. And he's very kind of introverted, but kind of enjoys solitude. It features a lot of natural landscape elements and architectural elements. So it's kind of very poetic in a way, finding beauty in being alone, solitude, solace. So yeah, it's a very beautiful series in my opinion, and it's definitely something that's more my type of figures. So first series of Inosoul, Lucid Dreams features 12 figures, with one secret as always, 1 out of 144 chance. And it features kind of Inosoul kind of dreaming almost like different personalities or becoming different things in his dream. So we have Silent Love, Crow's Song, Wind's Whispers, Birds, Golden Mask, Blue Butterfly, Lone Wanderer, Red Apple, The End of the World, Loss, The Missing Piece, and Sunset Hug. So even from the names, it's very, very poetic. And the ones I really want, aside from the secret, are Crow's Song. I love the little crow on his head. It's kind of hard to see the little details on your series. Wind's Whisper is cool. What else do I want? The End of the World. And Sunset Hug, maybe? But yeah, we have 4 boxes, so let's see what we get. So let's start with box number 1. Number 1, we have Red Apple. So Red Apple features Inosoul in a black and white color scheme. It's very different, a little kind of like gothic looking. And he's holding a lantern, and in it there's a red apple with a little angry face on it. So the figure is mostly black and white except for Inosoul's nose and the red apple in the lantern. So one thing about the Inosoul series is that the heads are on a pivot, so they can actually turn 360 degrees and tilt in different directions. So it's pretty interesting. I could feel like it gives you a little different feeling depending on how you pose him. So him looking at the lantern looks a little different than him like looking around maybe. So the eyes are also kind of like a gloss over them, kind of like the Hirono eyes. But as you could tell, he's much more like human proportion compared to Hirono. So it's actually like a human boy. And now for box number 2. It comes like wrapped very securely. Figure number 2 is Lost. Okay, so this was not on my radar. Just from the photo in the box, the details are so tiny, it's hard to see what it looks like. But I love the little architectural city in the middle of him. It's very beautiful. And he's actually very like translucent. I'm not sure if you can see, but you can see through the head. It's kind of like a light blue translucency to it. So it's very beautiful. Also for the arms. And in the back detail, that's very, very nice. I love the little kind of his shawl kind of melts or turns into these architectural details. These like shapes and patterns. And they are kind of flexible, so you could kind of move them around. But yeah, the details are very nice. Kind of see that city in the middle of him. And it's almost like he's like glowing around the city. Okay, this one's very beautiful. Definitely something I like. And his expression here looks kind of timid. I assume he's lost. He doesn't know where he's going. And hence the name of this figure. And maybe he's lost in the city inside him. Now for box number 3. Oh wow. Number 3 is Sunset Hug. This was definitely one of the ones I wanted. I love the color scheme on here. How it goes from the blue to the purple up to the orange. The coolest thing about this figure is kind of like the pose. He's kind of like falling back. As you can see, it's not completely straight up. And you could tell by the necklace kind of floating in midair. And it's really cool. It's called Sunset Hug. I could definitely see those sunset colors coming through. And I'm thinking about what the story is here. There's definitely like a story here where there's kind of like a jar with smoke coming out. It's kind of wrapping around Inosoul. But yeah, this one's very beautiful. And now box number 4, the last one for Lucid Dreams. And number 4 is Lone Wanderer. This one's really beautiful. I normally don't really like pink color palettes, but this one really works. Here Inosoul's kind of holding on to a goldfish that's kind of flying away. Inosoul's hair has like a almost pearlescent finish here with a little pink ombre underneath. And the sweater material is it almost feels a little rubbery here. And you can kind of see it has like a fading kind of look. It's not like completely one color. Nice little detail. And I just love how the detail here on the sweater, the texture, kind of matches the texture of the goldfish. This here is actually a metal piece that wraps around the goldfish. So it goes around the arm and goes straight up on the goldfish. I don't want to bend it too much. But as you can see, the goldfish is kind of loose on here. And yeah, it just kind of wiggles. Gives it a little bit more like a freedom feel. I think Sunset Hug still is my favorite out of these so far, but just definitely like a second. And now we'll move on to the second series in the still room. This series has 12 different figures also, with one secret, same rates as the first series. And this one kind of features Inosoul more like in different locations or as different items. It gives me kind of like a Grand Manor vibe. It's a little bit more colorful, I feel like, than the first series. He has kind of different ombre kind of hair, orange, blues. So it feels a little bit more, there's a little bit more movement to it. So for this series, the ones I want are the Forgotten Statue, the Moving Castle School, the Moon in the Mirror, and the Lonely Light. Those are the ones. But overall, I feel like the series, you really need to open it and see it in person to really appreciate how beautiful they are. So we'll see. So with box number 1, that is a heavy bag. This is like half the weight of this. For the first figure in the still room, we have the Moon in the Mirror. And there's a quote on these cards. Up on the silver light, a white reflection gradually rises. Very poetic. Speaking of being poetic, Inosoul here is kind of dressed like a bard, a poet. And this figure comes with a mirror. And on there's a moon. And as you can see, it's actually battery operated, so it lights up. But let's take a look at the figure first too. So Inosoul here, his head's actually translucent. You can see through it. And like the first series, the heads are pivoted and they can move around. And he's kind of kneeling, pointing. So with the moon in the mirror, he just kind of stands on top, pointing at it and looking into it. One cool thing is that his eyes are a little, I don't want to say creepy, but it's actually like the moon on here. So he's reflecting off as his eyes. Let's turn it on, see what it looks like. Oh, that's very bright. Oh yeah, that's very cool. You can see it lighting up the head, the translucency of the head, deep in thought, looking into mirror, or the moon in the mirror. And now for box number 2 for the series. It's the Lonely Light. Number 2 is the lonely light. And on this card, it says, embedded the stars within my being, illuminating the moth's flapping wings. Very pretty. So here, Inosoul is a light or a lamp. And I thought those were butterflies from the image, but they're actually moths because it's drawn to the light and they're all over the lamp. You can see one on the eye, one down here, and then also one in the back here. It's very detailed, the moths. Just the coloring. And you can see Inosoul has like hands down here, translucent ones, trying to maybe hold on to this moth. And of course the heads are pivoted. And of course the best thing about this one is that it turns on. I got 2 in a row with lights on them. But yeah, this is so pretty. I think this one's my favorite one so far of all of them. And the light inside kind of like almost like a star shape. Hence, this has embedded the stars within my being. So very poetic. And now for box number 3. Oh. And box number 3 is The Traveler. Here it reads, encapsulate memories within the room, carrying them always with you. Oh, that's very pretty. I thought I wouldn't like this, but it's actually very, very pretty. Because you kind of don't see the details when you're just looking from the front, but once you turn sideways, you can see a lot more. So here, Inosoul is kind of like a fox outfit. Kind of reminds me of Nick Wow from Zootopia. And Inosoul is a traveler. His little hat here, and his little suitcase. And the cool thing about it, he's actually sitting on a paper airplane, traveling on it, and on top of clouds. So that's a really, really like unique abstract detail I love about this. And the quote says, encapsulate memories within the room, carrying them always with you. So I feel like the room maybe is a suitcase. So he's carrying the memories of his travel in his suitcase as he's flying away to different locations. Yeah, I feel like the more I look at these, the more I fall in love with them. This one was like on my list, but just so many meanings behind it. I love it. And now for box number 4. In number 4, we have the portrait. And this one says, a touch of white leaps out, awakening the sleeping painting. So I assume a touch of white are these birds coming off the painting. You can see how this one goes from 2D bird into like a 3D figure. And I think this wants Inosoul to break out to the painting that he's in. It's a very beautiful figure. You can see how the painting is almost like floating as he looks outside of it in wonder. And he has a complete look around. I really like this color scheme too. It's very like natural, almost kind of landscapey, with the colors of the green and the whites. I'm very impressed by the frame here. It's very, very ornate. Like, very detailed. And even the back has a detail too. It's not just one-sided. So I appreciate that little factor of it. And the base is like I guess it's like a wing. It's the wing of these birds, same color scheme. I feel like I'm gonna need every single figure from this series now. And last but not least, we have box number 5. And number 5 is called Rubies in the Cabinet. And the quote here says, the love is gently tucked away in the deepest corner of memory. So here Inosoul has like a cabinet body, and his head, like all the other ones, tilt, but this one seems to tilt a lot more freely, just from, there's like a little bit of space between the head and the actual cabinet. And he's wearing little hats that match his cabinet. And inside the cabinet is his heart. It's a cute figure. I feel like out of all of them, this is probably my least favorite. It's not as detailed as I like it to be. This figure is a little bit more simple compared to the other ones. He's just sitting in a cabinet body, and then I feel like maybe if there was a little door that opened to reveal the heart, it'll make it a little bit more interesting, because the heart should be tucked away, or love should be tucked away, like it says on the card. And there you have it. What do you think of Inosoul after watching the unboxing of these figures? Personally, I think I love it a lot more after seeing these figures in person. I definitely will probably get more from both series. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the series, and if it's kind of your vibe or if it's too out there for you. Because I could see it being a little bit too abstract and not kind of cute enough, I guess. Remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying my videos, and check out my video description down below for a link to my socials and my shop. But until next time, bye.